Greetings and welcome to In-Depth. I'm Dike Rostant. Sparrow sang about saltfish, but today we are speaking about ting to go with the saltfish and more. The Tobago Blue Food Festival is on October 15, and Chief Executive Officer of the Tobago Festivals Commission Limited, John Arnold, he joins us to speak on the event itself and potential impact.
Good day, my name is Sharon Eastman Benjamin. I am one of the owners of Sharon and Phoebes. I am here this evening to tell you what I observe about, I know Blue Food is very close, coming, and I want to just talk about the leaves, the dasheen leaves that make all, is very good for health benefits, the whole entire plant. The leaves you could make, the dasheen leaves, you could do all type of dishes with it. Not only kalaloo, you could steam it with only coconut. If you like, you could, if you turn down the green color, put a little pumpkin in it. If it's the Rasta man, they could tell you about, the herbs man could tell you about dasheen leaves.
And I think I should have walked with something to wipe around my mouth and all kind of thing. But thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Arnold. Bloody Bay is the place to be this Sunday. What are we looking forward to?
Yeah, it's an exciting time, DK. When I tell you, I just came back from a site visit and it's going to be hot and I think it's going to be very entertaining. So what we're looking at is there are three significant things. One, it's the silver anniversary. So we're 25 years, all right? The second part is that we basically on the start of a permanent blue food village that has started. And so we're going to be using the partially built or the startup of it for this year, but that final version of the building starting on the 25th anniversary will be there for next year. And the third point I want to make is the pride of the Northside villages of Lansumi, Palatuvere, and Bloody Bay. The fact that all three have collaborated within the last few years to make this a signature event for Tobago.
And you're saying that, and my pause are raised and just thinking, because 25 years is nothing to sneeze at. Looking at the blood, sweat, and tears, the passion that has gone into this event, this festival. And one of the things that and even we'll talk about the Blue Talks in just a bit, but the gentleman from Ducks in Castara, he was saying that hopefully this is something that helps to get persons together. So you have a festival, and you're now telling me that there's going to be a permanent Blue Food Village. So if you have this place that needs this input, then dasheen is one of the things that Tobago shouldn't have to get from anywhere else. And that just kind of goes to some of the work that you've been doing as an eventologist to build things out. But how does that work in your mind in terms of saying, we have this, so we have a ready market, so we're able to build out from just that singular festival?
Yeah, I think that's important, what you're alluding to there and what you're pointing to. As a matter of fact, in speaking with some of the villagers yesterday, when we had a discussion, they were sharing with me what they would like to see with the Blue Food Village when it comes, in terms of, picking a day when they can say that's the day, we can invite everybody to come up, and also trying to look at other kinds of activities outside of Blue Food, all right? So I think the plans going forward, when consultation between the THA and the communities will continue, and I'm sure when the master plan is unfolded, we have to certainly look at viability, economic viability. We have to look at the sustainability of hosting such a thing. and certainly what the community is going to derive from it over the next coming years.
One of the things I really like is the fact that it seems as though there's this level of empowerment that the villages or the communities are bringing to that. Speak to that, thanks.
Yeah, so I like that word empowerment because one of the things I think over the years, this idea about strengthening communities, that has been a feature of all the administrations that I have worked under. The idea about bringing communities together. The Blue Food, why I think it's so important to understand when one goes back that it started off as a rural community village of Lansumi that hosted this small festival, right? It started off. And it used to be held in Lansumi, small audiences, 250, 300 persons. And then it grew and grew and grew. And then we had to move it to Bloody Bay. And then we invited the villagers of Bloody Bay to be also part of the planning in terms of being vendors. And then it got larger, moved to thousands, right? By 2005, the festival was now attracting 4,000 persons. And so we had to go to the village now of Palatove, right? Which is next door to Bloody Bay. So overall, I think what's great about the empowering is that these three communities have found a really good model of working together and working collaboratively to work and ensure that along with the THA, community and public, that we are able to have an event and have a featured event that really speaks to branding the community and more so to a festival tourism event.
And with that, we take a short break. We have another little snippet of a Blue Talk. We take a break and come back. We're speaking with John Arnold about the Tobago Blue Food Festival 2023.
My name is Reginal Manswell from Castara. I operate Duck Seasides Cafe and Grill on the beach in Castara next to the dirt oven, where you can also get your lovely dashing bird. The Blue Food Festival is made up of mainly the dasheen, which is something, it's a rooty fruit. Also with leaf. People use it and make like ice cream, bread, cakes, pones, mixed drinks, punches. But at my establishments, I more use it like at more sides. I also make it like with drinks and stuff.
Sardina. I prefer to be known as Auntie Allison or Grandma Allison. I am part owner with my husband of the Blue Crab Restaurant. Let me share something with you. We love working with local food. We grew up with it. We know it's healthy and it's good for us. We may tweak it a little, you know, especially with the young people who have different tastes. And one of the things we can share with you is taking ordinary dasheen and shredding it with whatever vegetable. We use carrots and onions, and you know, you make it taste good. You put what you want in it to make it taste good. And we fry it, and normally we here in Tobago love the dashing with pork, but sharing with you, dashing with codfish, saltfish, bulldog is just as nice.
Whether you eat it with pork, whether you eat it with codfish, it's just as nice. Auntie Allison say, welcome back. It is Blue Day, or the evening of Blue Day, and we are speaking with John Arnold about the Tobago Blue Food Festival 2023. And Mr. Arnold, Auntie Allison just made the point, staying true to yourself, loving local, loving your own, but at the same time, putting a little different spin on it. And speak to some of the innovations that have come spurred by this festival in terms of people trying to outdo the last time. And last time you get this, but this year I feel you could get that. Talk to me a little bit about that innovation, that research and development. Thank you.
Yeah, just before that, the guy who spoke before, I just had lunch by him yesterday, and that was amazing, actually. He had a zabuka salad that was just out of the world for me, and curry fish. Really, really, really nice. But yeah, but going back to your question, Dike, I think over the years, this has been one of the real features of the festival. The fact that people have come up with all kinds of dishes. We're gonna have the same kinds of competition this year. Best dasheen cake, best dasheen pie, the best dasheen plate in terms of coming up with the drink, coming up with the best dasheen wine. We have seen all kinds of things over the years, even so much that we have seen it cross the lines of diversity. You can now have dasheen pulori and a dip. You can now have other influence, dasheen pizza, right? We've seen all of these being offered because the dasheen, when converted to dasheen flour, is used to create so many items of offering for us. So I think also from it, we've also had some of the villagers having some serious commerce with the dasheen flour, selling it post-event, and also taking orders for blue food, black cake, you know? So we have seen a number of things over the years, and this year we're looking forward to seeing what are people going to come with that's new this year.
And speaking of what people are going to come with, I think there's also a shuttle service to help people come to the event. So where is it they're getting it from?
Yeah.
Is it a round trip as well?
Right, so there's a private shuttle that's coming from Sparrow. And persons can check our online pages at Tobago Festivals. But when you get to Lansome, you can get a shuttle from Lansome down to Bloody Bay, if you're coming from the Charlottesville side. If you're coming through Palatavere and Bloody Bay, you can also park there, take a shuttle, and coming. And Dike, as we're on the issue of shuttle, we really want to encourage people. We cannot hold 2,000 cars down inside the event site. And please work with us, right? All of us who move around to festivals, it is better to use the shuttle when you have a challenge of a very narrow road and a one street that's taking you to the event, all right? And so we really, really want to encourage people to park and ride. Take the shuttle. It's going to be working all evening, right up until 8 o'clock in the evening, all right, because we finish the show about 6:45, and so we really want people to do that. A little bit told you, we may even have the record on service too.
Drag your bow, Mr. Fiddler. You can't say Mr. Arnold never say. But in terms of building out around the festival once more, so both of us are wearing blue. I got the S, and yes, today's Blue Day or the evening of Blue Day. What are some of the ways that you're working on saying, okay, well, these are the idiosyncrasies or these are the specificities of this festival. So it's not as though somebody say, well, you go to one festival and you go to all of them. So how do you make things different and make sure that each thing is within its own ecosystem?
Right. So I think when you come to this festival, there are a number of things. One, we have a petting zoo, which is an area with animals and so on. A lot of the kids love that area. It has some of the wild animals and it has some of the regular animals, right? Then we have an art and craft village. And take it from me, Dike, anything you want, you can certainly get it there. Whether it be from soaps, candles, craft, bracelets, necklaces, you can get it in that village. And that's in an area by itself, right? That's a zone. Then we have a children's play area for the kids who want to play and so on. Then we have the food court. And this is where we have over 28 vendors offering food items, right? We also have a tent that's going to do some demonstration, right? Where people want to learn how to make dasheen punch or whatever the other items they're going to use for demonstration. Then we have the entertainment stage, all right, where we have Pretty, Nyla, Super Blue, Gerard Balfour. We have the villagers involved in Lands for Me, Methodist School. We also have people like Tishon Jack, Dishon Soul, and it's really all the villagers being part of everything we do. So we also have the crayfish competition. We introduced that several years ago, but this year it's been ramped up again. The largest crayfish, or what we call mark, right? Mark as a crayfish. And last time I saw it, I saw crayfish very, very large. So it's really going to be exciting to see what the guys come back with around 3 o'clock to actually show as their winning trophies what they've come up with from the waters, from the river. Apart from that, you would also have addresses by the chief sec and myself. And yeah, it's going to be a fun day, fun evening, networking, mixing, talking, looking at demonstrations, great entertainment. And certainly you have the real privilege of talking with the coats. They're very interactive. They're very engaging to talk all the little secrets.
And you see, if we continue this conversation anymore, Mr. Arnold, the bad mind will start to spill out of me a little bit. But people don't stone empty mango tree. So once again, thank you very much for sharing the insight. And while you're talking, patting my mouth a little bit. And we look forward to bigger and better things. Happy 25th. And on behalf of the entire TTT News team, this has been In Depth with me, Dike Rostant. Thank you so much for joining us.
From Z's Grill Shack. Today we're going to talk about the dasheen. The dasheen, where I grew up from Tobago and Trinidad, we had different dishes from dasheen. Mainly we boil it, right? We peel it, cut it up, eat it with saltfish, eat it with smoked herring, eat it with curry, eat it with anything. But now, what I did, I be creative with it. Now I did a spicy sauteed dasheen, and also did a dasheen fish cake. Top with a pineapple salsa, garnish with a bed of lettuce, kale, drizzle of balsamic vinegar. That's it.